Hey everybody, welcome back. Today is May 13th, 2024, and I have something special in store for you guys today. My BYOOTIQUE Unicorn Pink Train Case. Okay, you guys, so you can already kind of see that even though I've had it for less than 3 days, I haven't used it. I haven't put any of my things inside of it. From just opening the lid and trying to get it to stay open and standing upright the way it's supposed to, it is already starting to come apart right here along the back of the hinge, and it's creating this gap on both sides. Okay, so I want to start off by saying that this is not a paid promotion. We did pay for this case. It was $399.99. Yes, that is a huge price to pay to have this happening when I haven't even used it. I haven't even taken it outside of the house. Okay, on the day that I purchased it, there was a 10% off coupon, and I think it was like only a 1-day coupon that was offered on Amazon, and now it's gone. Okay, but with taxes, it knocked it back up to $389.99. And all the information will be in the description box below for any item that you see in this video. All of it was paid for, including the office chair that you see behind me. Okay, so before I get started, I want to show you guys my office chair. You guys can probably see it where it's sitting. It is a full-size office chair. It is not small, because I know a lot of people, when I've seen videos about these cases, they have asked, how big is your chair, or how much space do you have underneath the table, like your leg space? Okay, I don't have anybody else that can sit across from me to show you guys, and plus I only do my nails, as you guys know, but at least you'll get kind of a reference from seeing just me sitting in front of it. So I'm going to be rotating this thing and everything like that. Okay, so let me go ahead and push my office chair out of the way until I need it, until I sit down, and we're going to go ahead and take a look at the case. Now, I have decided to keep it before I discovered that if you open this lid up and you want it to stay standing upright, and I mean, I was very, very careful with it. You can see the latches open here and here. So let me see if I can get this more centered for you guys. It's on the bubble wrap that it came out of, because I took the wheels off. Because like I said, this didn't start happening until after, of course, I decided to keep it and have put the wheels on. But they're really easy to put on. So I do want to tell you guys about that as well. Let me get this more centered for you guys. And I don't know how much more I can roll the chair out of the way, but at least I can get it to right there. I'll probably still, knowing me, walk right back into it, or back right into it, however you want to say that. Okay, but yes, I am very, very careful with items. Look at this, you guys. This is about as far as it will open. And I know what you're thinking, but it's supposed to stand upright. And so if you try to get it to stand upright, you see how easy I'm being with this? This is how easy I was being with it. Okay, and I discovered it was teetering a little bit, looking like it was gonna close. So I pushed it back just a little bit further. It's easy to see me doing it now. And a couple times of that happening, and then there you go. Okay, so this lid is probably going to come completely off. It can still lock, and it can still just sit on top. But I mean, what am I supposed to do? So I'm waiting to see what the seller is going to want. So I'm going to be very, very careful with this. And even though I'm very reluctant, I'm going to put the wheels back on, because I might as well just go ahead and address that with my warnings. Don't try and force the wheels on. If they don't go on, then you have them going on the wrong spot, and they do go in a specific place. And from what I saw, they're not marked. Okay, so I'll tell you guys where they go once I get it turned around to put the wheels on. Okay, so this is a unicorn pink. I just stepped on one of the bubble pieces down here. Let me push this further more. Okay. So the table is over here on this side. I am going to give you guys a close-up view first. Okay, so I'm going to move you guys a little bit closer, give you guys a good look at everything. Warning number one, when you're going to take the table and pull it up, let me see if I can flatten this bubble wrap really quick. It's going to be really noisy. And oh, that's right, it's still latched. Okay, so you unlatch it from the bottom. I know you guys can't see me doing that. I'm going to give you a close-up look at the latches too, because that's one of my warnings about when you open this. Okay, and you pull up the table. You want to be very careful. As you can probably see, the legs, let me see what you guys can see. Let me see. Now I'm going to probably be a little close to you guys here. Yeah, you can possibly see that the legs kind of dangle a little bit. Okay, so they don't fold completely underneath the case like they're supposed to. There's a bar underneath here. I'm not gonna try and get you guys this close and get underneath the table to show you. You'll see the bar when I put the legs down, but you push forward the bar and the legs come down. Okay, so I'm going to do that after I put the wheels on, or else it's going to be uneven and you're going to think, oh my gosh, the thing is slanted, but no, it's not. It's the fact that you don't have the wheels on. Okay, so let me go ahead and just let that down very easily there. And then let's see, we'll go to other warnings. Let me go ahead and rotate this around. I'm trying to think here. Obviously, well, I'm going to have to rotate it anyway. Rotate that around there. And then I'm gonna have to look and see what you guys can see, because I might not have to move you from where you're sitting, okay? I'm gonna warn you from top to bottom. I already warned you about the lid. Yes, in less than 3 days, it's gonna start to tear here. Okay, and not on the inside. All right, so let me look and see what you guys can see, and if not, I'm gonna get you guys even closer. Okay, so, well, let's see. I wasn't gonna move you guys just yet, but let me pause for a second. All right, you guys, so fair warning, I might be like right in your face, okay? Because I know that this is kind of close. All right, so like I said, we're still on the warning part of the case. I'm gonna have to kneel down here. All right, so the latches for the top and the bottom, they flap open very fast toward the table side. Okay, they are spring released. You want to be careful. Watch your fingers, and if you're sitting down, watch your right leg, okay? Because once those are flapped open, they cannot be closed unless the door is closed, okay? They will spring just right back toward you. Okay, so for this one here, you push up. See how that flies open? And then for this one here, you push down. Okay, and it's gonna stay like that. Now, while I'm giving you a close-up look view, you can see it's very cute. It has a little knob down there, and then you can set your combination. It's already set to a specific set of numbers, and in the manual, it will tell you how to set it if you want to change your combination. And I do not know if it has to be the same for the top and bottom, and I don't think the manual says either, okay? So you might have the option to have the top combination be different than the bottom, okay? I'm not pulling these red tabs out because, like I said, I don't know what the seller is going to want to do, and I kind of, in a way, don't want to set a code because I do not know if I set a code, if I will always have to put the code in to open the door. And if I do want 2 different codes, what if I forget them? Okay, so I'm going to put them in my phone or write them down. But anyway, look at this, you guys. This is a lot smaller than it looks. Okay, I know it might look kind of big on the screen, but this thing is tiny, and it's cute tiny, I would have to say. Like I said, I just love this unicorn pink. I don't know how they get it to have that rainbow look, but I love it, because I don't like plain things. Okay, so as you can see, the drawers are well made. You have some silver hardware there, and it does have like a little bit of shine or sparkly to it. I like that. The drawers can come completely out, okay, which I won't take them all the way out. I'll just show you the top and the second drawer are the same size. And like I said, I'm so sorry because I'm probably like right in your face, but this third drawer here is bigger. And then the bottom drawer is even bigger than that. Okay, it's the biggest drawer. Okay, so when I get it turned around to me and I sit down in my office chair, then I'll take those out. Oh, we're gonna go over, if you want to know, I forgot to tell you, load capacity. Okay, what is the amount of weight that it is stating online on Amazon? That's where I bought it from the seller that the table can hold. It even has a load capacity for the drawers. Okay, so I'm gonna tell you guys all that. You guys know I always have an informational sheet. And also measurements. Their measurements in comparison to what I measured. Okay, so we're gonna go ahead and close that back up. Oh, and I forgot. I am not quite sure. Well, that's odd. Okay, so the Bluetooth speaker is supposed to be in there. And that is so crazy, you guys. Where is it? it's in the second drawer when you open it, when you first get it. Okay, so let me pause for a second because I have no clue where the speaker is, and I would have returned this without the speaker if they want me to send this back. So give me a second. I was not expecting that. Okay. So you guys were probably able to see that, and I wasn't. The speaker was in there the entire time. Okay, so here it is. It's very small. It's cute. Like I said, I unwrapped the plastic with the intentions of keeping it, and then the lid started giving me problems. And also one of the legs on the table is very hard to pull down. And then I had a thing going on with the latches, the bottom ones, which is what we're going to get to next. I am thinking, you know what? No, I'm going to take the speaker and put it in the third one, even though it fits in the second one. We'll give it more space. That way they won't do the same thing I do if I send it back and be like, hey, where's the speaker? And I'll be like, it's in the second drawer. Okay, so moving down to the latches. Let me see if you guys can see that. I might have to pull you guys further back. Okay, so I forgot that I didn't pause. I didn't want to pause, but the bubble wrap is making it kind of hard to see. I am so reluctant to put the wheels on because they're easier to put on than they are to take off, but I can tell that the bubble wrap is actually giving some issues here because of the light that's reflecting. So let me go ahead and move this back a second because I do want to keep this sitting on here for just a second. But I want you guys to be able to see the latches without some type of reflection. Okay. All right, so actually it's just where it's setting. Okay, so you guys should be able to see what I'm pointing to here. These latches, there's a piece. Let's see if you guys can see that. No, I might have to get you guys a little closer. Okay, hold on. Okay, so I usually don't adjust my ring light all the way down to where it's almost flat on the floor, but I went ahead and did it anyway. Hopefully you guys can see this. I'm gonna have to get in my office chair here. Let me move that out the way. I had another chair sitting here with some stuff that I want to show you guys a little later in this video. Okay, so let me see if I go from this angle here. So this piece here, that piece, you want to make sure that it is out at all times on both sides of the case. When you are latching and unlatching the table, what happens is if you don't, okay, this piece here, I don't know if you guys can see that, especially if it's like this. And I think it's having a hard time closing because I still have some of the things there. But do you see how it goes underneath that part there? Okay, it can go underneath there. And then it's probably the bubble wrap that's in the way. I might as well just go ahead and take this off. Okay, I'm not quite sure where that's setting. That's where I did not latch the lid. Okay, so I'm gonna have to be super careful because now the bubble wrap is out of the way. Dun, dun, dun. Okay. Like I said, I don't know what they're gonna want me to do, but if I have to part ways with this, I don't want to scratch any part of this case. Okay, so this little piece here, there we go. It can end up almost in between the table and the train case. Okay, so you want to be very, very, very careful. When you latch it, you want to make sure that this piece is out, and then you pull it like this. And see that? See how that latch is right there now? That little piece that looped over. The piece that you're supposed to pull to lock it is still underneath. So you have to be very careful with this. You like this. Make sure this piece is out. Let me make sure it's out on the other side. No, it is sticking in. As a matter of fact, this whole piece, look at that. There we go. See that? That loop thing here can fold in between there. So you want to look at both sides, because it's like that on the other side. Let me make sure it's not like that. And let me make sure it's not like that over here. You probably have to do this together. Make sure it's like that. Okay, so you saw all the different things that can happen. That was one of my biggest warnings besides the hinge on this case, is those bottom latches. You have to be very, very careful with both sides. Pay attention to both sides at the same time. Okay, so the wheels are very easy to put on. And I think what I'm going to do is get you guys back up to where you can see the whole case. And then I'll show you guys about the wheels, and I'll give you the warnings about those. Okay, so yes, I know we're still in the warnings, but you guys, I feel like this is something that you need to know, because especially if you're a traveling nail tech, you want to be able to have this thing fully functional and know what to look out for and what not to look out for. And you might be thinking, I have to be too careful with this thing. I wouldn't want it because of that reason, but it's left up to you. So let me get you guys back up to eye level, and then we'll keep going. Actually, there's one last thing. I knew there was a reason why I had you guys still close up. Okay, so I'm going to be really, really careful with this. Listen. You hear that? It should not be doing that. Okay, because listen at that. You're supposed to be able to actually open this all the way up. Okay, so while I have you guys here, I might as well go ahead and do it. You can clearly see from the inside, it's not tearing there. And then if you let go, you see, look at that. It's slowly creeping, getting ready to try and close. Okay, so I don't know how long that's going to stay open, but this compartment here that's closest to you guys has the keys in it. It has the mirror in it. It has the manual in it. And I'll show you guys the manual in a second. And then it has this here. You can adjust these. This holds 30 nail polish bottles, but I am not quite sure, which we might as well go ahead and get that test out of the way. If it's because the nail polish bottle is too tall, or because the lid already starts to break on its own. But if you should be able to set a polish down there. This is a normal size, as you guys can see, a 15 ml, which is also 0.5 ounces of, I guess in this sense you can call this nail polish. And I sat that there, and I thought, okay, it's supposed to be able to close. And before I close this up, I do want to show you guys. Let me rotate this a little bit, because like I said, it's not on the wheels yet. Very careful. It has this. Let me hold the lid. It has that. Okay, so you can put brushes there. So very, very convenient the way they made it. I think there's just a couple things that they should have done in their design, because this is the upgraded version with the double wheels and the portable Bluetooth speaker, because the ones before it had built-in Bluetooth speakers here and I think a mirror here. So they wanted to see that out. But let's see what happens, because when I tried to close this with that polish bottle there, it didn't want to close all the way. I assumed it was the height of the polish bottle. And actually, I think it's because, as you heard that. That's what happens with the lid. Okay, and like I said, a couple of days later, really. But it should still be able to latch into place. And as you can see, look at that. It's fighting me. It's okay, so this is the first time I tried that. So it is the fact that the lid is breaking on its own. It is not the fact that I had the polished bottle in there, because you heard all the noises before there was anything inside the case. Like I said, I have not used this. So let me go ahead. Here goes that noise. Oh, that is nerve-wracking to think what is happening on the inside. You can't see the inside construction of this thing, right? Look at that. See that? Okay, so might as well show you guys all the problems you're probably going to have. I think they switched to this hinge with the leather part. Sorry if it closes and slams. I'm going to set this out of the way really quick. But I think that they should have executed this better. Okay, so also this tray does come out. Okay, and then you guys should be able to see the wheels are in there. So when you get the case, don't panic. This is where the wheels are. I'm going to go ahead and take those out. And like I said, I kind of didn't want to put the wheels back on, but it's going to be slanted, and I cannot stand there, honestly, and record and have it be slanted the table while I'm talking. That will bother me. Yes, I'm that much of a perfectionist. So I'm going to go ahead and close this back up. You see how you have to kind of start trying to line it up because it does that. I'm going to latch at least this side. Okay, and maybe this side as well. Now you see I'm having to push down on that. And now I can go ahead and go from there. So low capacity for the door and for the table and all the stuff, measurements are going to come up. So just let me get you guys back up. So like I said, eye level and everything, we can see the whole case, and then we will go from there. But I just wanted to show you guys that while I had you guys up close. Okay, sorry about that, you guys. Have to take a quick restroom break and of course wash my hands and everything. All right, so I am back. All right, you guys should be able to see the whole case, me and the office chair when I roll it back into place. I have rotated this thing around to me how it would be facing if I was sitting at it. Okay, so as promised, like I said, as reluctant as I am, here are the wheels. And let me go ahead and tell you about this. Okay, so just in case I forget anything, I don't want to forget anything, so I'm going to go ahead and possibly repeat some of the stuff I said, okay? But I'm gonna start off from top to bottom with the wheels. Like I said, we're still kind of in the warning part. Okay, so if I did not state already, you do not want to try to force the wheels on. They are very easy to put on. Okay, so the wheels that do not have a lock on them, there are two. They go on what would be the left side of the case if the door is facing you. Okay, so this wheel has no locks on it. I know you guys can't see that. This wheel, the other two wheels have locks on them. Okay, and they're very easy to push. You should be able to see it from here. You push, gotta hold that. Okay, so super easy to do that. Just want to give you guys somewhat of a close-up of that. And the wheels go in a specific place. Okay, so if it won't go, you're pushing, it won't go on, take the wheel and go to the other part of the case. Okay, so far as I can see, they are not marked to tell you, oh, left front, left back, right front, right back, or anything like that. So you just figure it out by trial and error. So that's why I figured out. So I'm gonna get down here and put the wheels on, because if I don't, the table is going to slant like this or like this when I go ahead and set it up. Okay, so like I said, I did not want the bubble wrap not underneath when I did this. I'm probably gonna have to lay it on its side, so I know what, I might need the bubble wrap back. Yeah, you know what? Because I just realized I'm gonna have to lay it this way to get access to all of the wheels. So you guys are seeing, this is what it takes. If you're like me, once you put the wheels on, you're like, I am not taking those wheels off. But like I said, this thing does have a little bit of weight to it. So that's how I pick it up, because as you can see, there is no telescope handle. Just in case I haven't mentioned that, you have seen almost all the sides of the case. I'm gonna lay this thing down here, make sure you have a good grip. Okay, so that should be good enough there. I might need the assistance of my chair. Yes, I will. Roll this back over here. Let me get this wheel up out the way. And I hope your day is, trying to figure out where to put this at. It's going pretty well. Mine is busy because I might actually just go ahead and record my other two videos before I even go out and walk on the treadmill. And I thought this was perfect. I always record before, but seeing as how you gotta get down on the floor with this thing somewhat, I feel I'm dressed appropriately for this video. Okay, so here we go. Like I said, if you're pushing and won't go, it doesn't go on there. Gotta line up. There are some orange pieces here. Let me show you guys what you're lining up really quick. Might as well, like I said, full review, okay? Now, if I keep it, I'm gonna do an update to tell you guys how it works. And oh my gosh, oh yes. So you can see, you heard it. All I did was try to slowly open it. Yeah, you guys are gonna get a close up of this whole thing. Okay, so here we go. One, I want to show you guys that gap. You can see it's still latched. Okay, so the other thing I want to show you guys really quick is those are the orange things I'm trying to line up, and there are 2 on each piece. Okay, so you guys should be lined back up about where I had you before. But like I said, anything that I want to show you guys up close, I want to show you guys that, like I said, that's not supposed to be happening. I mean, they might say, oh, well, you laid it down. Well, how else are you supposed to put the wheels on? You're not going to take it and try and lay it upside down, right? Because the handle's on the top, on the lid. Okay, so I'm pushing here. Hold on to it if you're going to use your bubble wrap. And I'm going to flip this over. See, it should be that simple. So if you're pushing, like I said before I pause and it doesn't go on there, it's not on the right side. Okay, so again, no locks, go on the left side of the door, the left side of the train case. Can we flip that over? Oops, that's not lined up right. Just like that, that simple. And let's do the lock side. Okay. There we go there. And just in case you end up having to return this, if you take a paper towel, the wheels are easy to wipe off. Because of course you don't want them to say, oh, you used it, you did something to it. No, I didn't. But when you roll it on the floor, just to set it up, to take a look at it, to make sure the wheels are rolling correctly, and you get your 360 swivel like you're supposed to, you have no choice but to have it on the floor, right? I would put it on the bubble wrap, but for the sake of the video, I'm gonna get the bubble wrap back out of the way. And this thing has some weight to it. All right, so let's go ahead. Take that. Just gonna toss that over here. And I have my lining up of right there. So I believe you guys can see the front of the square. If you can see the front of the square, you should be able to see the whole case still. Okay, so let me get my info sheet there that has, like I said, the low capacity, weight, measurement, stuff like that on it. And let's go ahead and set this up. Like I said, rolls very easy. It rotates very, very easy. But as you can see, there is no what I call telescope handle or adjustable handle. There's all 4 sides for you guys. Okay, should be back to my side. All right, now one latch is open, one latch, actually both of them are open. No, it's not. That's right, for my demo, I forgot I latched that. So like I said, I showed you guys this already. Would I suggest locking the wheels at this point? I'd have to say yes and no. If you don't want it to roll, yes. However, if you want some play with this and you want to be able to kind of get it where you need it, okay. There's a lever here I'm going to pull down in a second. The wheels, or I'm sorry, I'm not talking about the wheels anymore, the legs I meant. This one pulls down easy. Hear that? This one, this is the other warning. The legs might be hard to pull down. Hold on. Look at that. I am seriously pulling. Okay, there are no buttons. None. You see this? $389. You guys think I should be having this problem? I don't think so. However, what if they send me a new one and it's worse than this? There's nothing down here. I have to be able to get this down. Okay, let me see. Maybe my hands are... This is crazy, you guys, because I was able to pull this down before. Look at that. Okay, I'm gonna pause and get that down because it does come down. I'll be right back. Okay, so I had to get a kitchen towel. the ones that have like the little cross things that look like a waffle or whatever, in order to get some grip on that. But I didn't pull it down all the way so you could hear. It does lock into place. Okay, so you might have some trouble with the legs. Now next is the lever. You swing that around. This little cap thingy comes off. And another thing that I don't like about this case is that they put the sticker right there on top. Let me show you the little cap thing I took off. This. Okay, so hopefully you guys can see that. But they put the sticker there, so if I do decide to keep this, like say they don't offer anything, they don't offer some type of discount, they don't offer a return label, I do want it anyway, I know what to expect from it. I am not happy with the fact that that sticker is there, but I'm going to tell you a little thing for this. I'm not going to even pause. I forgot it. Okay, so if you run into the problem of getting sticky residue off of anything, mirrors, anything, then you want to try Glue Gone. Okay, you can buy this at AutoZone, you can buy this at O'Reilly's. I'm not sure about Walmart, but it says surface safe, and it does say automotive glue and sticker remover, bumper stickers, tree sap, brake dust, removes window stickers, bird droppings, and more. I do want to tell you that this stuff has a very, very strong smell to it. Okay, so I would take a paper towel. This is what I personally would do because I've tried it. I know it works, and I've tried it on different surfaces. I have a BYOOTIQUE, which I didn't even say the name of the thing. It's a BYOOTIQUE unicorn pink case with a table, but I have a case over there that I bought from them. I don't know if you guys seen it. It's the one with the glittery thing, and it had a sticker on there that I took off, and the glue stuff was still left on there, and I used this. But what I'm going to tell you, personally, I learned not to pour it on the surface of anything. So you take the paper towel, wet the paper towel, put it on the paper towel, let it kind of soak in a little bit, and then rub the surface. Okay, you do want to wipe the surface clean with a wet cloth that does not have this stuff on there. The reason why I found that you don't want to pour this on top of the surface because it stinks, and it will stink up your whole entire area of where you're at for at least 30 minutes to an hour. And it has a super, super strong smell, but this is what I've been using to take sticky stuff off. As you can see, I have not used the table, so all the stickers and everything is still on this thing. Okay, so I'm gonna take this and set this to the side. That was the bubble wrap I set over there. But yes, so if you're having a hard time with any sticky residue, then you wanna do that. Okay, let's see here. I showed you guys this, the lever, the legs, the difficulty you guys might have. Can't talk right now. And I don't know why I feel like, am I still recording? I don't know why I feel like, I know I didn't pause, but you know, like you have that feeling like something's wrong, something's not right. I just have to check, make sure you guys were still with me. Okay, so now I would suggest, this is where we left off, locking the wheels. Okay, so I'm just gonna take them and rotate them around. Let me actually rotate both of them. Okay, and now make sure this is even. Sure, give me problems here. Let's see. Yes, I'm that person. Everything has to be even. So look, stable. See that? I know some people have complained about the stability of the legs of the table here, and I'm not saying that they did not lock the wheels, but that could be part of the problem. Okay, could be. Okay, so now I'm so used to having my tape measure at this point. Let me roll myself over here a little bit. Like I said, this is a regular size office chair, and we're gonna go from the top to bottom of this page. And then I have some stuff over here. I have my nail lamp, and I have some other stuff that we're gonna be sitting on top okay? Because I know you're pressed for space, and this is not as big as it looks. It looks like a table that's for a toddler, I'm not gonna lie, like a 3-year-old would be sitting at this table. But surprisingly, for me personally, I don't mind the fact that the table is that small. Okay, so table load capacity is 15.4 pounds. This is all stated on the Amazon page where you buy this case. And like I said, when you click on the link, just scroll down and you'll see this is the information they gave. This is not from me. Okay. So I don't know if that's true. I would not test it, but that's just me. Each drawer load capacity is 11 pounds. The net weight is 30.86 pounds. Their measurements for the table. Okay, so I was reading online that length is supposed to be the longest side of an object, and then width is the shortest side. Obviously, height is straight up and down vertical. Okay, so I'm gonna go with that because to me, it depends on how you're looking at something and what you're measuring, but we're gonna go with what they have and we're gonna keep it in that flow, okay? So the length of the table going this way, they put that it was 22 7/16 inches, and I measured that it's 22 1/4 inches, okay? And the only thing I didn't do was print out the page that showed me so I could tell you guys which one would be considered to be bigger, okay? But you're just gonna have to go check what's bigger, 22 7/16 or 22 1/4. Okay, the width going this way, they said was 14 9/16 inches. And I measured that the width was actually 14.5 inches. Okay, and the height from the floor to the top of the table, I do agree with them that the height is 27 9/16 inches. Okay, that's to the top of the table. Now, moving over to the measurements, I call them actual measurements, but I could have been a little bit off myself. So I'm going to say the measurements that I got as close as I could as possible for you guys. I set up everything before I even did this video. Like I've been doing little different parts over the past couple of days to try and get everything set up for today. Okay, so from the floor to underneath the table, to the bottom of the table, I measured 25. Did I write that backwards? Oh, I'm missing a one. 25 13/16 inches. Okay, and let's see here. Got my little notes right there. I have little teeny notes on the side of my notes. Yes, I'm that structured. Let's see. Okay, so the 13/16 line is the line right after 3/4. Okay, so the very next line after, not in between the line, because believe it or not, there are measurements in between all those lines on your ruler. Okay, so it is the line that's after 3/4 inches. So it's just a little bit over 3/4 going this way, 25 inches and 3/4 inches. Okay, so 13/16 is right after. Okay, so my office chair. Okay, so the seat part that I'm sitting on is 21 3/4 inches. And then if we were, and this would be the width, if it weren't for the fact if we were going to consider the measurements of here. So from the outside of my chair here to the outside of my chair here, from arm to arm, the outer edges is 26 inches, okay, from here. Okay, so I am actually, I believe, at my highest setting. Let me check my chair. Yes, this is my lowest setting. And as you guys saw, I'm comfortable here. Like I said, my chair is perfectly matched for my height. I got super lucky. I love the fact that when you go to Staples and stuff like that, the chairs are already set up so you can sit in them. And I fell in love with this chair. Okay, so I think this was a Staples chair. I can't remember. But I'm going to go ahead, because I feel a little awkward. I feel kind of small now. I'm going to go ahead and put myself back up. This chair only adjusts those two heights. Okay, so I'm back up to what I call my normal height. Okay, so I believe that what I did was, I want to say that I thought I did the height of my actual chair in comparison. Okay, let's see. Drawer, inside measurements. Okay. No, I did not. But obviously, I am sitting lower than 25 13/16 inches, which is, like I said, again, from the floor to the bottom of the table. Okay, so my chair does not go up further than that. So my legs are comfortable underneath, and I know you guys can't see this, but I have about a good 2 inches of space left, so I'm perfectly fine sitting. Oh, and I'm 5'6.5". Okay, close. I would probably say maybe a little bit over that, in case that's about as close to my height as I can give you guys. Drawer inside the measurements. And I have the mirror measurements too, but I'm not gonna go over that. Open that. Now I'm being careful with my own warning. You guys heard me open that up. Watch those latches. Like I said, they will stay out over here. Okay, so I think I wanted to start with the top, but since I already said the drawers, we'll go ahead and do that. Here is the top drawer. Like I said, they come out, and oops, there's one thing I forgot to show you guys. Okay, so I don't know if I should tell you guys or show you, because even if I rotate it around, like unlock the wheels and let you guys see, you guys might not be able to see that. Okay, but there are shelves underneath the drawers for each drawer, and of course the bottom of the train case is underneath the bottom of the bottom drawer. Okay, so the lining's really pretty. It's the same color as the frame, and it goes all the way back. So if you were pulling this out and for some reason anything fell out, it's not gonna fall down to the drawer below it. It's just gonna fall on the shelf. So you could probably use the shelves if you wanted to, if you don't wanna have the drawers in. Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and place this one back in since they are the same size. And top drawer and second drawer, the width is 8 inches. Okay, and I learned about the interior depth. Yes, is what I would have called the, I would have called that the length, but I guess maybe not. So this is the width going across here. And then going from here to here on the inside, it's called the interior depth. Learn something new every day, right? That is 12.5 inches. And then the interior height obviously is the height inside of here. I'll show you the drawer. Like I said, very well made, solid. I don't know what it's made out of, but I do like it. I like the fact that it's all specifically wrapped, and they got really specific like with their color coordination. So I do like that. Okay, so the interior height is, I wrote it down here. What is that for? Oh, okay, I see here. Yeah, I'm looking at my notes. Aha, okay, this makes perfect sense. My writing was kind of together. Okay, so the interior height is 5/16 inches. And my little notes above it say that that is a little more than a fourth, okay, for the interior height. So that's what that went for. I was looking at that for a second. You guys are like, why isn't she saying anything? I just realized what that note was for. Okay, so let's put this back in here. Sorry about that, you guys. But if you're like me, you're like, well, okay, I know what a fourth, half, 3/4, I have kind of a visual, idea of that. However, I like to get like kind of specific for things like this for reviews. And so that's why I put to tell you guys, oh, it's the line, after that, the line after this. Let me move this little speaker out the way. I will take this out and show it to you, but I'm not going to actually use this because, like I said, if they want me to send it back, they're gonna be like, if they see my video, you set it up, I had to see how it would work, right? Okay, so this drawer here, the third drawer, the width is, of course, 8 inches. This is the inner width, not the complete width of the drawers. Remember this, the inner width, okay? But it's just called, I guess, the width. Of course, the interior depth going from front to back is 12.5 inches. And then the interior height is 3 9/16 inches. And that is a little more than 1/2 of an inch. Okay, 9/16. Okay, so for some reason I have a little line down here. This is for the bottom drawer. The bottom drawer is the biggest drawer, so let's put this one back in. And they're not difficult to pull out. It's just being that, obviously you're not gonna be sitting on the floor when you're trying to take this out. You might have a little bit of difficulty, but it's not like it's getting stuck on anything. It's very, very well made on the inside. I do want to say that. Nothing like what you're dealing with up here. But it's just me trying to reach down and to record at the same time. So yeah, this drawer, of course, width again inside is 8 inches. Of course, interior depth is 12.5 inches. And then the interior height is 4 7/8 inches. and that is a little more than 3/4 of an inch, okay, for the height. So this drawer here is a pretty good size, okay? And while we're on that subject, I might as well get my lamp to show you. I have I have a light and a lamp over here, and I was gonna get the names mixed up. Okay, so as you guys know, I have a not polished lamp, and I can tell you going this way, it is 11 inches. I always forget the width of this thing, so I do have the tape measure. I knew there was a reason why I had this close to me. Okay, so going across this way, my not polished lamp is roughly almost about 8 inches, and it does fit inside of this drawer. And the only thing I forgot was the not polished duos, but luckily I do have this I showed you guys earlier. And as you guys know, with not polished duos is the regular polish and gel polish together. They come in a very sturdy box. And seeing as how I can show you guys that this regular size polish bottle fits in front of the lamp, I can assure you that if you had a duo and you wanted to put maybe 2 or 3 right here in front of the lamp, you could. Okay, so I know I didn't have that to show it to you guys, I'm sorry, but I did forget to bring it in here. Okay, so that can go in there. And then of course, my not polished lamp does not weigh 11 pounds. Okay, so I guess I can go ahead and take it out. Like I said, I would be very careful with this. And I'm gonna put this drawer back inside. Now we're gonna get to the top of it. Kind of happy that I did the top last instead of next, which is what I actually planned to do before I started talking about the drawers, but I mean, it's all on that anyway. And then we'll go ahead and take a good look at the light here. And I'm going to tell you guys, especially if you have nails, everything is really well packaged by BYOOTIQUE, so you want to make sure that you have something to open this. And I know I should have had scissors. I do not want to rip this box. My nails are already messed up. I'm going to do them in a couple of days. Okay, I actually got that open. I'm going to thank you for working while I am recording. Okay, so we have this in here. And then this little piece here. Here is the speaker here. It's so cute. It has a matte finish. It says BYOOTIQUE on the front. I'm sorry, I know this is kind of far away, but I want to keep the focus on the case. So I'm going to put this back in here, but the buttons are at the top. It has rubber feet here, and it just says like that. And no, I have not Bluetoothed it to anything because, like I said, you saw what's going on over here with this lid. So I was like, no, I'm not going to do that. I'm going to just take it off its little charger. It comes with the cord, but it doesn't come with the piece that you plug in to the wall. You have to have that yourself. But it does have like this cute lanyard type thing. I don't know. I think this is actually called something else. You have your aux cord. You have it's a USB-A to a micro. Okay. And that's what you use to charge it. The manual is also inside this cute little box. And you probably want to have a magnifying glass for this. As you guys know, I have a huge magnifying glass with 3 light settings on it. So I guess okay, they just call this a strap. So it tells you how to loop that into there. There's 2 holes on here that you loop it through, and then it tells you about them. I'm doing this as if you guys can see from way over there. But it tells you about the USB slot, the TF card slot, and the aux slot. And there is a nice cute little door that you move, okay, that you pull back and push into place. And that's the last thing I'll show you guys about the speaker is this piece here. See that? Okay, everything I just listed is underneath there, and this just goes back in place. I love that it's the rubber. Okay, so the speaker is very well made. I have no idea how it sounds. I'm not going to test it or do a review on it for you guys until I know what the seller is going to do. Okay, so let's go ahead and package that all back up here. And as usual, everything is harder to put back in than it is to take it out. Okay, so you might find that your strap, that you might have to put that back on top, because unfortunately you might be facing the same situation I'm facing, and I don't know, maybe they haven't offered a return label yet, because I told them I would like to keep it because I like it, and I don't want to go through a whole replacement unless necessary. I didn't even mention a replacement. I didn't even tell them, you know, would they do an exchange. Put that back in that third drawer there. Like I said, if it goes back, they'll see it hopefully. I should put it back where it was, but they should find it. And if they say, oh, it's not there, I'm gonna say, yes, it is, and I'm gonna take pictures. Okay, I'm too structured for that. So yeah, they're not gonna get me there. Let's unlatch this. And remember, this is the hinge side. If you're seeing like, oh, it's letting loose over there, I think it's latched over here. So you can unlatch it from where you're sitting. Make sure that's down. Like I said, every time there's something's about to go wrong, dun, 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 right here we go. Oh my gosh, the sound. Remember the sound? Something's breaking inside there, and you saw all I did was open it. I did not do that. Oh my gosh. Oh, no. That is super insane. I don't know if the metal hinges were breaking, but look at that. See that? And I'm not pushing that hard. It might look like it, but I'm not. This is supposed to stay open. Okay, it is slowly closing. Okay, I have to get this to stop doing that because I don't want it to fall in my hand. All right, so I'm gonna keep an eye on that. Like I said, I'm showing you guys what you guys are gonna go through. I mean, I would have to say, was it just, what is that called, a fluke? If I was only one or one of the only people that ends up with something like that, you might have the case and it might be fine. Like, oh, I never have a problem with that. You know, yours is defective. At least you have video proof, right? Okay, so like I said, these are adjustable. And I'm not gonna take those apart because they're not hard to pull apart. I just don't want to scratch anything. Okay, so I'm gonna leave that there. And then I already took this out. Okay. And it, like I said, it's very precisely measured, okay? So yes, you do have to be that careful unless you want to break your nails, because if you're like me, sometimes they're long, sometimes they're not. Okay, and I do have the measurements for this. I just remembered that. Okay, so I believe on the mirror, here's the keys. Okay, it does lock. And I'm not going to do that on the recording because, like I said, I'm trying to do the least to this case as possible. I'll show you guys the mirror. The manual, like I said, is in here as well. Very nice size. I do like the fact that their manual is in color. Okay, I don't know if you guys can see that, but you can tell that the pictures are in color. Very simple manual. I love that. Okay, so their attention to detail, I will have to give that to them, and their color choices, I do give them an A+ for that. Like I said, the structure itself of the item could have been a little bit better, but I mean, the case nonetheless is gorgeous, to me at least. I really love this. I'm in unicorn pink. You guys know I love the unicorns, so yes. But yeah, pictures. All right, let's move on. Okay. And I believe on this side, a little bit more information here. Like I said, since we're on the measurements, okay, remember these are inner measurements of this, not from edge to edge. Okay, so we'll start with this here, and I think we're eventually going to get to this. It says compartment with no tray, so that's this size. This is the smaller of the two sides. The width is 10 1/4 inches. The interior depth going this way. Okay, so back towards you guys, is 5 3/4 inches, and the interior height is 5.5 inches. Okay, so the top tray, I don't know what to call this. I put a question mark. Tray, drawer, what would you call it? I don't know if maybe it's not a drawer because it doesn't have a knob to pull. But this tray here, I have this listed as okay, so I wrote it the way I would have measured it. Okay, so actually, if the longest side, like I said, is the length, right? And then interior depth actually. So this here, I put width, this might be length, whatever this is, this longest going this way is 9.5 inches. The interior depth going this way is 7.5 inches. Might as well double check. So I'm telling you guys right, toward you guys. Yes, so toward you guys, interior depth, 7.5 inches, and interior height is 2.5 inches. And then I already went over how many bottles this holds here. The compartment that the top tray came out of, this compartment here, at the bottom, okay, because what you guys cannot see is that in order for this drawer to sit down in there, there are two pieces that go across that are lined with this material, whatever this is, that the drawer sits on top of, or tray sits on top of, okay? So the bottom is 9.5 inches, and that would be, actually, I think going this way, so the length, I put width with the length, and then the interior depth going towards you guys is 8 1/8 of an inch, or inches. And then the interior height is, for some reason, the interior height I have listed as 5 3/8 inches. Okay, for some reason, I don't know why the interior height of this one does not match the interior height of that one. Okay, so that's kind of awkward. Yeah, that is kind of awkward. So the top that the tray sits on, okay, because you have more space, because now you're not including the piece. It's like something like this, but a little bit thicker, that this sits on top of on each side. Okay, so if we go from the top of those two pieces is 10 1/4 inches. The interior depth going towards you guys is 8 inches. The interior height is 5.5 inches. Okay, going from there. So I don't know how that ended up being different, but it was. So let's put that back in here. Slides right back into place. Put the manual back in here. We're gonna take a look at the mirror. I'm not gonna do the mirror measurements, but what I am gonna do for you guys, since I got so much into detail with the measurements and everything, the weight capacity and stuff like that, for the table, which again is supposed to be 15.4 pounds. Remember, the weight capacity of the drawers is supposed to be 11 pounds for each drawer. Okay, bubble wrap for your mirror here. I don't want to like shine this in your face, but this is the mirror. I love how it's lined with the same material. Very simple mirror. And you just stand it up like this. Nothing special about it. No lights, no double side mirror, which is actually kind of good, right? I've never seen one of those anyway. And when I say double side, usually you can see from the other side, obviously, but that's if you're having a double side mirror for a room, right? Okay, I'm just talking about if there's a mirror on the opposite side, so maybe that's not called double side. Whatever it's called, there's no mirror on the back here. You have this going on right there. Cute little ribbon. I don't know if you guys can see that. And very simple, you just fold it back down. And like I said, for the sake of the fact that this might be going back completely in a box, I'm gonna put this back in here. And then I had got the 2-in-1 case. I did a review on that. I have yet to put stuff inside of it. I have not used it. I haven't even put the wheels on it, but it does come with a mirror that's like that. I don't know which one is bigger, but looks like you're gonna possibly, with each case, if you get from BYOOTIQUE, you might get mirrors. You might have like a ton of mirrors after a while. Okay, so mirror measurements will be in the description box below if you don't know what that is. If you're looking on your phone, it might be a little more difficult to see, but on your computer or on your laptop, it's the gray box with the little black writing like underneath the video, and underneath I think the title of the video. Okay, and then there should be something that says more with some dots. If you click on that, that box will open up. But like I said, I think me personally, it's easier to see if you're on your computer. Okay, so that's for anyone that doesn't know what is the description box on the video page of the video that you're actually watching. That's what it is. It's that gray box right underneath the video and the title of the video. Okay, so I think that's it. Now we're going to go into ideas for lamps. Okay, so you guys are probably going to be wondering, what is this contraption here that she's showing? Like she said it's a lamp. What is it? Who makes it? And what model is it? Or actually, when I said lamp, I meant light. Sorry, I was looking at my lamp. I got this back for a little demo here. Let me take this and put this over here because I definitely don't want to have anything inside. I don't even know where my extra one is. I think that came with 2 in a pack from Walmart. Like I said, everything you're seeing in this video was paid for, every single thing, okay? None of this is a paid promotion. All right, so this lamp, I do have a cord. I did not plan on plugging this up and showing this to you guys. This has a quick charger on here. This is an Ace Yes lamp. Okay, so Ace, ACE. And I got it because it does this. Okay, and I also got it because it has some RGB lights. I love RGB lights. This is not as girly, I guess you can say, as I wanted the lamp to be, but all the ones that would go on your table, you really don't want that in the way. You know, what if you're left-handed? You don't want to just accidentally hit your light clamped into this. And then I know what you're probably thinking. Okay, so where would you set this at? Oh, and then also with the RGB lights, it has two settings, I think, that follow like sound. Okay, so it follows the sound of your voice, the sound of music. I thought that'd be pretty cool. You know, me or if I'm practicing on someone's hands, like I said, I only do my nails. I'm not a professional nail tech. But if I'm like practicing on someone's hands, just paint their nails. We're having like a, you know, sister time or whatever, friend time, you know, whoever, you know, wants to like nails painting or just whatever, practicing and stuff like that. We can set our phone on here and it does quick charge. I did test it with my phone, but of course I'm recording with it, so I can't show you guys that. But it's so super cool because the lights have all these other light settings as well that it does that doesn't follow your voice, and then there's brightness, all this stuff. So I mean, this is an awesome light, and I have not used it, but I have checked the brightness and stuff like that. You guys know I review everything and I go over it with a fine-tooth comb, every single thing I do. But you see how this is taking up the space here while I'm talking? You guys are probably, I'm trying to give you guys a chance to see what this looks like. Base wise, I did not write it down on that paper that I put back over here anyway. Might as well get this. And one more thing, you guys, the light does not charge up. You have to have this adapter, and they suggest that only what it comes with is what you use, and that's what gives power to it. You can charge up another item with a Type-C port back here, and while you're fast charging something that charges, that can take fast charging in here like your phone. Okay, so like I said, you do have to have this with it. And I will go and just roll this back over here. Okay, so seeing as how the base of this thing, okay, so we're just gonna go across and toward you guys. So across here, it is 7, it's a little under 7 1/4 inches, and then going toward you guys there would be about 4 3/4 inches. Okay, so considering the fact that the table, again, let me put this out of the way. Forgot I'm talking this whole time with this thing in my face. The table, again, going this way, the length is, what was it, 22 and something inches. It was like 22 and what, 1/4, let's see, a half. What was that? Let's look at that really quick. Table. Oh, I measured, it was 22 1/4 inches in length. Okay, and then going toward you guys is 14.5 inches. And so you don't have a lot of space. Okay, so if you have this light sitting here and you have it at the very edge of the table, what you're working with is this. About 15 inches left of space. So what did I decide to do? Seeing as how I don't know what the seller's going to say because I'm recording right now, so they might have responded back for a solution. They said to try and figure out what's happening. What's happening is the lid is coming off just because I opened it. That's what's happening, right? But I mean, it's not rocket science. I don't know. It's just me. But what I'm going to do, this is a desk vacuum cleaner. I might do a video on this one really quick after this. We'll see. I'm going to take the light. I'm going to have my lamp sitting where you guys see it sitting there. That's why I kept it sitting there. And I'm going to take this stuff out. I'm going to leave the manual in here. Try and get a grip on this. You guys know I'm not used to not having nails. But, of course, there's some things you gotta work around when you do have someone, especially if they're long. I'm just going to set this little bad boy right in here. Yeah, and look at that. If I were to take this off of here, if I take my little, it says Cookie's Spaceship, so the little cat inside is named Cookie, it's a cat. and the company is called Multitasking, and on Walmart is where I found this. Okay, so I'll have the link for that as well, and it's going to be listed as her Multitasking, 2 words. But I think the company might just be called Multitasking, but I could be wrong because I am barely learning about this company. But this is super quiet, very easy to use, and I was impressed with the little bit I did use it for. But look at that, I have my whole table space, and I can take this. I could probably pull it back so I can lift it up. That might work as a double of keeping this lid open if I don't want to hear it do that noise every time, because I can tell that that means it's breaking, right? And I can just adjust the light however I need it. This is as close as I can get it. But I mean, at the same time, if you're working, then you don't want it too much in your way. So there's a couple of things that you can do if you don't want to clamp something on this table, because usually with those lights to clamp on, there's rubber underneath the top piece, but there is not rubber underneath the part where the metal thing is, where you do the screw thingy, right, to adjust the clamp. And so I thought, I don't want to clamp anything on this table. And I know this is kind of big, but it's solid. I believe this is metal. So even the base, hear that? I like solid things. And so I thought, it's not all pink and pretty. I really wish they had made one like that, but sometimes you want quality and then looks. And with the RGB lights, it is pretty cool. I'm gonna set that back down in there. And this is like 3.5 inches across, or 3 1/4 or something like that. Of course, if it being a circle, it'll be the same all around. But yeah, really cute. One push on, one push off. And then as a matter of fact, I don't think, let me see. Yeah, it's chargeable, and I don't know if you guys can hear that, but you hear how quiet that thing is? Okay, so you charge it up and you can use it, so you do not have to have a cord for that. And you saw the little light comes on. Yes, the light stays on all the time. And on the inside, it says travel in space to clean up rubbish. And it says the same thing on the opposite side. Okay, and it has 2 little stars in there that's the same color pink as the little spaceship. Okay, so super, super cute. So like I said, $21.99 before taxes, and free shipping. Okay, I was happy about that. I waited a couple of weeks for it to come, but I was excited because there is an unbranded version of this. I don't think any writing here. There's no labeling here, unless they didn't want to do that in the picture, and they kind of like blocked that out somehow in the picture. And the little cat didn't have little eyes and nose like this one does. It is the same color as the cat, which is white. But yeah, I thought, no, the one I saw was yellow, and then I noticed it has lime. To me, it reminded me of like a cupcake type thing, right? So I was just like, okay, well, the other one didn't even have the lines from what I could see. And so I almost ordered one from overseas when I was able to get this one from here in the US. And so I'm really happy because now I have the name brand. If this is not the name brand, this is a pretty close. I would have to say, I think this is actually from the maker. So yeah, and I do want to say it's really special. I think that owning a business is very difficult, and so it's really cool that it is a woman-owned business, and I thought that was really neat, right? I think it's really neat when anyone owns their own business. It's not easy to do that. There's so many different factors that it comes into having your own business, but I thought they mentioned that about their company, so that's probably really important to them. And so I think that's really cool. Okay, so let's go ahead and get this out of the way, because you guys are probably tired of seeing this, and it can fold all the way down like this. If you're wondering, does it fit inside any part of the case? No. I want to make sure I do tell you guys that. So I ordered a backpack for it. I wanted to get a, what do you call it, laptop case, but the laptop case I found doesn't have a handle. And so, yeah, now I gotta wait for the backpack and for the little thing it's gonna match for the little vacuum cleaner to go inside to come from overseas. But that's okay, because I needed it to take longer than usual, which is not often. Usually I need stuff to come as soon as possible. Okay, so while I'm talking, I'm just trying to think, is there anything else that I'm forgetting? There is a little sticker here. I might leave that little sticker on if I decide to keep it. If you guys couldn't see or tell, it is branded here with a little, I don't know what you would call that. I don't know what you call that little piece, but it's not a plaque, but it's a little metal piece here, BYOOTIQUE. So like I said, BYOOTIQUE plays very close attention to detail, their color, everything like that. Overall, I do like it. I don't mind that the table is so small. There was another one I saw where the table claimed to be 28 inches in length, and it just never shipped. It just kept, and I canceled the order and then ordered it again because it said it was going to ship even sooner. It was supposed to come on Cinco de Mayo, which, you know, Cinco de Mayo fell on a Sunday. So I was like, who delivers on Sunday? I said, oh, there's people. But then it did not ship. It did not come, and the date pushed back out. So the date got sooner and sooner and sooner. And then, of course, I was like, okay, let me cancel that order and let me order it again. This other case with the table that supposedly was 28 inches. And then, like I said, Cinco de Mayo came and went. It didn't come. And then it went back to the date that it had updated to. And I thought it's going to go back to in between the 10th and the 20th of May. So the date's hopping all around. It never ships. And so I went with this because I love pink. And I thought, you know what? I'm going to go for it. They have made an upgraded version. What did they upgrade? They upgraded the wheels to double wheels. They upgraded having the speaker being portable, like I said earlier, and not being built in. They upgraded giving just a little mirror and not having, I think a mirror was here. I don't think it had lights, but there was a mirror and it was coming cracked and everything. So I do notice that they made the upgrades. I believe the hinges were metal, and I think they maybe should have kept that, but who knows? Maybe the lid was just going bloop and just like falling up backwards. So maybe they're like, no, we have to find a way to make it to where it doesn't fall backwards. Maybe the hinges were breaking off. I have no idea, but this is not working either. Okay, so other than that, I like it. Beautiful, beautiful color. I'm really hoping you can see like the rainbow. It's not just a shimmer. It's like rainbow here, rainbow there, rainbow all over the table. Depending on how you like look at it like this, you can sit here and see it here and here. Unique idea, super unique. And then I do want to tell you that so I also have a rubber mat. It's an art mat. It is too big. Okay, so if yes, and not if, I'm going to order it, but I have to wait because of when it's going to come. So when I get it, if I still have this, is what I wanted to say, this case, then I will do a video with this setup, probably set myself back up here so you guys can see the mat in comparison to the table size, because you guys might think that mat's too small, I needed more space, but you might have a bigger table. Okay, so you have to, you know, for me personally, I said I have to accommodate the fact that the table is so small. And it wasn't working for me. It was hanging over here, and then it had little pieces there, kind of like it reminded me of this, but it was all rubber. It was all silicone. And I thought that's going to be on the side. It had a little magnetic cup thing you could pull up and down over here. And I said, if I turn it this way, now it's in my way. Of course, if I lay my hands down, it shouldn't interfere too much, but it was just too big for the table. And the one I'm ordering has unicorns on it. Yes, I went unicorn crazy, you guys. And I have little Bluetooth speakers that they're little animals, and one of them is a unicorn. It can work by itself, or it can lead and work with another one. So you're probably thinking, oh really, you have that? So yeah, I was thinking size matters. And I think what I'm going to do, let me check our time here, and let's say I do have time to just kind of show you guys. I'm not going to play the things like turn them on, but okay, so the reason why I am just showing you guys different things, different ideas, is because, like I said, it's the limited amount of space that you have, and I thought you have to get creative. So let me show you what is inside of this. This is also paid for as well. Okay, I bought this a while back. I don't even know what year I bought this. I love this. This is, it says, I don't know if that's supposed to be Droid on there. I don't know if that's supposed to be an R. I can't remember the company. You're probably thinking, isn't that it? No, I think that's the model. Okay, so I can't remember who actually makes this, but this is not it. The little speakers are not in here. Give me a second, this is the wrong case. Okay, so sorry about that. I don't know how I didn't remember that these were not in here. Yes, I always, not always, but usually I keep the packaging if it's good enough to keep. Okay, so what are these little things you're looking at? And like I said, size. I mean, obviously, if you ordered this thing, part of the reason why you possibly ordered it is because it came with a portable Bluetooth speaker, and you saw it's not that big. And of course, I mean, like me, you want everything branded, kind of matching and stuff like that. But at the same time, if you want to get a little creative, I mean, like I said, unicorn paint. What do we have here? This is Unicord with an H. It's a portable Bluetooth speaker. MyAudioPet.com. Everything just fell out from there. Has a little strap, has little instructions there all folded up. I have used these, they are loud. And I want to say I ordered this on Amazon. It comes with its own little cord here. But what I wanted to show you guys, got no rubber band in there, sorry about that. But look at this. I'm going to walk over to you guys. And I'm really going to make sure that I do not leave this in here. Be just my luck. They're like, oh yeah, send it back. Yeah, when I had everything almost packed up and ready to go, right? Okay, that there. And, oh, so cute. I used that one as the lead. I haven't used it in a while. Very convenient when you need to play music in the gym. Feel like it's loud enough to where you can hear it in the gym. Yeah, especially when you pair two of them together. And I want to try and get this box kind of like down out of the way, specifically so you guys can see surface space. Okay, you have surface space here, and then what can you sit here? I mean, who knows, you might not even put, what do you call that? Bottles in there. Let's push this out. I love pandas. Oh, it's rolling away. One of my favorite animals besides koala bears. And so I could not resist. Plus, I needed it to be loud. And one of these by itself packs a powerful punch and sound. How loud it is, but two together is better. And so like I said, you can have one as lead, one can act as itself. And I think if you turn, I use this as the non-lead. So if you turn the one that's not the lead off, I believe, if I remember correctly, the lead will still keep playing. Okay, but look at how teeny these are in comparison to the table. There you go. And since I don't know the quality of the Bluetooth speaker, like I said, I was going to do a separate video for that anyway if I decide to keep this case. And so maybe we'll do a sound off, right? How loud is one of these and two of these together in comparison to the BYOOTIQUE speaker that comes with the case. But I mean, press for space, and they're cute and they work. And like I said, I believe I ordered them on Amazon. If I can find the link for these, I will put that in the description box as well, because I don't know why I'm feeling like I ordered this from Walmart.com. But yeah, let me get up close and show you guys because they're too cute. And so let me see what I'm going to set this on top of. Instead of my hand, let me close this up really quick. I hear a noise behind me. I'm really hoping somebody's not about to ring my doorbell. They each have their own little box. The panda's name is Pandemonium. And they have a little monkey, they have an owl, they have a penguin. And like I said, they're called My Audio Pet. Okay. Look at that. Look at how cute and how teeny they are. See if I can get a little closer. Okay, so that's what the back of them looks like. And like I said, you guys, do not let the size fool you. And as you guys know, open that back up here. I measure everything. You're probably gonna say it's not necessary. If you're like me, you're gonna wanna know. Since we're working with our little limited space here. And the little speaker is 1, and so I gotta turn my head really sideways there to see that. Oh, the ears, I gotta go up to the ears. A little under 2 inches tall. And then should be about the same, right, for, let's see here, this measurement here. That is about 1, it's in between 1.5 inches to 1 3/4 inches. It's like right smack in the middle of those two, and I forgot what that is, what that measurement is. But yes, they're very, very small. And so I say, especially since I know they work, they hold charge. From what I can remember from using them when I was using them on a regular basis, they hold their charge for quite some time. I think that right now they're still charged up. Okay, so Oh, that's right. I'm on my phone. Okay, so like I said, if I do a sound off between these and the BYOOTIQUE speaker, if I keep this, then what I'm going to do is I'm going to Bluetooth these to my laptop. Okay, and that way we can go ahead and test everything without any interference and without me having to find another phone to record with. Because I think I do have one, but I don't think it's going to have the same recording quality as my phone I'm recording with right now. So, yeah. But I thought they were cute. And I think the price of them was fairly low. Okay, I don't remember the price, but I don't think each one of them was more than $10. Okay, so I could be wrong. I might be remembering the price wrong. And I don't think, we'll take a quick look really quick here and see if the price is on the box, but I don't think so. But honestly, I would have to say at the most $20 each, and I really don't think so. You guys, I could be wrong. I put him upside down. That's okay. Check the box here. And it says also featuring a ridiculously fun and interactive app designed for my audio pet. Okay, so it tells you they can work individually or together. And when it says mind-blowing audio quality, they're not lying. Okay. Yeah, they are not lying, and it has a single click to connect to most Bluetooth devices, and it has a hands-free built-in mic. Okay, so I do want to make sure that I mention that for these. And there's also a little pug dog one version too. There's a little bee as well, and it looks like, I don't know what that is. Oh, it's a seal, and it has the names of them. So on the back of the box, it tells you all the ones that they sell. Who knows, they might have more. But yeah, no, the price is not on here. And it says it's divine. I'm trying to say designed for smartphones, laptops, and tablets. And the app is free. Okay, so yeah, pretty cool. And I stand behind them. I know they work. I do recommend them. So you guys, that is it. I don't think there's anything else. I warned you guys about everything. So like I said, quick, let's go back over the warnings. I mean, you guys have been with me for over an hour. We might as well, if you guys are still with me, then you guys heard the warnings. But if you, let's say for some reason you started in the middle of the video somehow. Okay, so remember this piece here is, let me make sure before I say that, I have not tested this to see. No. Okay, so this bar you see over here is what you're pushing in this way toward the case when you release the legs. Remember, don't let go, obviously, or the legs are going to swing toward you. As you guys saw, you have to have that lever, unscrew that, and then try to make sure you always screw that back in when you put this lever up. And then also, no, it's not it, because what I planned on doing was showing you guys putting it back together. Okay, so that's what I was thinking. I knew I was forgetting something. That's why I kept talking for a second. All right, so let me get myself ready. Okay, sorry about that. The top of my pants was rolling down. Let me just move this chair out of the way here. I think I actually moved it into my way, but hopefully I didn't. Okay, so now, the last thing I forgot, that's what I want you, I'm glad I remember while I was still recording, what is it like to actually collapse this thing back down? Okay, so, seeing as how, make sure everything is in there, oh, except for the wheels. That's right, I was gonna take the wheels off. At this point, I'm gonna see what the seller said, because if I'm gonna keep it, I'm gonna keep the wheels on. Okay, so, like I said, and you do have to make sure it's lined up. Let me see what you guys can see. See that big gap right there? Look at that. All I did was open it, right? And if you push down, if you're wondering, can you push this back down into place? No. And if you're wondering, can you take it and like kind of look at it and look at that? See that? That's as far as it'll open right now. Okay, so can you take this down and look at it like that and kind of line it back up, because there's little pieces there? No, because if you get it to sit down, yeah, no, you can start seeing the cardboard. So if you can't even get it to sit down, there's two little notches you guys saw in the back there, and no, it won't go back down there. So every time you open this, it's going to do that. Like I said, it does still close. It does still lock. I have tested that. Let's see, come around here and you want to unscrew this. Set that there. That does fold all the way up, and I know it's lighter, so that's probably why it folds back up better than the actual legs, because the legs have some weight to them. Okay, and then you want to forgot about that. In order to put the legs back up, there is a button. You can't see it, it's on the inside of the legs. You push it. And if it gets stuck going down, it's gonna get stuck going up. Okay, so it's up there. I don't want to push that too hard. And I'm looking at that there. That button is completely inside there. So I don't know. This side, luckily, doesn't give me that much trouble. Except for when I'm recording, of course. There we go. Okay. Then you want to take the legs. And I'm going to let go. Okay, be careful, because obviously you can't lift the table up too far. Okay, so don't just like, Incredible Hulk it, right? Okay, let this down. And then you want to get yourself closer. See that latch thing I was telling you guys about? Well, you can't see it. Make sure it's all out. The piece here. Nope, that little piece is in there. Okay, so make sure that's there. And then this folds over and there. And like I said, if it's not the fact that the legs kind of, I'm all dirty now. If it's not the fact that the legs kind of dangle a little bit, as you guys saw, it doesn't go completely underneath the table like the latch does. Like I said, obviously the legs are heavier, so I can kind of understand that. But if that's not the case, it could have been just popping open, which I think it was this latch on this side, because a little piece, having to make sure that nothing is folded on the inside. Last thing you want to do is break those little loop things. You break those and you can't latch it together at all. Okay, so like I said, and remember, it rolls very well. Oh, it's locked. I mean, it's like, it doesn't look like it. Don't forget that it's locked. I accidentally rotated. Now it doesn't rotate back where I can see it. Okay, where'd it go? The thing, that is awkward. The thing to lock it has disappeared. That's why. No, it didn't. It can't, I was gonna say, it can't disappear. He was like, what are you talking about? I'm on the wrong side of the case. Okay, so make sure you're paying attention to the side. Yeah, like that could really disappear. Now, if that happened, at least it would have been on the recording. You guys would know, no, she's not crazy. We saw her do everything and it did, but no, it was the wrong side. That was the wheel that had no locks on it. Oops. Okay, so yeah, now you can see it rotates very easy. And like I said, unfortunately, you're gonna have to push this thing or pull it by the handle. As you can see, I've been rolling it like this, so I haven't even been pulling on the handle. And we're gonna see what they say. Okay, you guys, so I might have an update on what happened with that. But this is the BYOOTIQUE, like I said, unicorn pink manicure rolling table, or rolling with, I don't know, train case thing with a table. It has a long name, right? Okay, so you guys can catch the drift of it, or the gist of it. I'm kind of tongue-tied. Did a little bit more in the video than I planned on doing. Like I said, definitely did not plan on putting those wheels on. I don't know, you guys. I don't know what they're gonna say. They might say something that, you know what? Okay, forget it. Might as well. You guys are still with me? We are gonna do the full thing. How hard is it to take off the wheels? You're like, well, why would I want to do that? Like I said, for whatever reason that you might end up having to do it. Let's see here, door facing this way. This is the only side that, it's not the only side that doesn't have anything on it. We'll go ahead and lay it down. Oh, the latch. No, we're gonna lay it down on this side. Okay. You might want to get that from the bottom. Be careful of tables on that side, the opposite side. They cannot say I laid this down on the floor, right? Okay. Since I might have to do this anyway. 1. I think this was the one that gave me problems. 2. The wheels that don't have locks on are easier to take off. 3. And as a matter of fact, that was, wheel with no lock. So that was 1 and 1 over here. I forgot I had it turned the opposite way of what I'm used to. Always 1, didn't I say it? And I said it was a wheel that locked, so it must be this one. I'm pushing and pulling. Pushing the orange things and pull. Yup, it was this wheel. Oh my gosh. Well, you guys can see, I am really pulling. I'm not pushing down the case that hard. I don't know how I got this off. There you go. I hope you never have to take the wheels off for any reason whatsoever, because you might end up having to fight with one of the wheels. And if I push it back, it doesn't even want to lock back into place correctly. The buttons are supposed to stick out. I'm pushing back in towards the case. Now let me pull back out. No. Okay, so I'm sweating. You guys, I don't think I might see that treadmill today. But as you can see, one of the lockable wheels might give you a problem taking it off. The other 3 were fairly easy to take off. So yeah, you guys, that is it. I really don't want to leave it like this. I want to stand it back up. But you guys have seen this thing, right? We went all around it. We looked inside of it. You know, we gave it close up and everything like that. You know, what's going to happen possibly with the lid after less than 3 days. Didn't even use, you saw nothing else was in there. Okay, and kept it on the bubble wrap when I took the wheels off. And so, I don't know, what do you guys think? Whew. Okay, give me a second. All right, so would you pay $3.99? Like, if you don't get a refund, $399.99, and I don't know why that light dimmed like that. Oh, that's right. Even though that has a light inside of it, it doubles as like a skylight or a sky lamp or whatever. I think one's a skylight has a hole and sky lamp has a globe over it. So yeah, something's happening outside. I don't know, it was a sunny day, clear, so the lights should not be doing that. Maybe it's been on for too long. But you guys, yes, do you think it's worth the price? What would you say? Would you say, no, send me a new one, I'll take my chances? Or would you say, forget it, I already know what I'm going to deal with? Or no, if they're going to give me a return label, okay, they're a third-party shipper and seller on Amazon, and that's not usual that they'll just give one to you like that. I'm not going to even argue against it. I'm just going to send it back and look for something else. If you were in my situation, what would you do and what color would you pick? So they come in black, pink, unicorn white, which I think are the 2 newest colors, and I think white, like by itself. Okay, so 5 colors, and you can get them on Amazon and of course on their website, BYOOTIQUE. Okay, so yeah. But I'm gonna go ahead and see what they say, and I may be putting the 3 wheels back on, who knows. All right, you guys have a great day. As always, thank you guys for watching Upfront and Honest Reviews. You guys stay safe. Bye.